Agree. It goes back to home.
Go back to the home training.
Right.
It was raised.
Right. It goes to home. Y'all gotta respect people's boundaries. If somebody say, "All right, I'm done. I don't want to play no more," guess what? I'm gonna get up off you. Cause we done playing. Let you come up hurt, and I'm getting my ass beat.
Period. I didn't play when I was in arts. I had anger issues.
See,
I've always had anger issues.
Fighting type shit for me.
Y'all welcome Richard Strawberri Limb.
He's been watching for a while. So, you know what I'm saying?
To take out my anger issues.
Okay, sorry about
football.
I had to text my nephew. Shout out to him. It was his birthday.
Hey, Elijah, happy birthday. Y'all tell Elijah happy birthday. Go ahead, Dad. What you saying?
I said I joined football, then I did basketball. Something more constructive to take my anger out.
Yeah, and that's another thing. That's another thing. A lot of not just our parents, but including the parents that are growing up now, don't know what to do with the type of energy that our children are possessing right now. And so y'all put these labels on them and y'all make them do all this wild ass, dumb ass shit. When all actuality, if you just sit down with your child and try to figure out how they can actively and effectively get that energy off.
I don't know, cause like I understand that. But I also be confused sometimes.
Let me tell you, and
like being a fucking parent is hard as shit. I used to think like it was
the point just putting the label on your kid.
No.
That's what I'm talking about. You're actively trying. You're going through the departments to try to understand one way or another what's.
But like when it's like, all right, he was doing this, he was doing this, he was doing this.
This show about to end. We're gonna have to come back.
Should we just end it and come right back? Strawberri Limb.
Okay, we're gonna end it here and go on Strawberri Limb. So go.
But wait. But cause it's wrong. It hasn't been doing it. But what my whole thing is like, it was a point where I was like mad confused. Like, oh, on the YouTube, this is part 2 because I accidentally pushed the button. So you didn't miss anything. I pushed it right back. But like, yeah. So I was confused. Like, I was confused where... What is this? Sorry. I was confused. Like, every time he would get into some shit at school, I'd be like, son, what the... Like, I'm trying to take him... I'm trying to put him in this. I'm trying to put him in that. I'm trying to get him adjusted. I'm trying to understand what's going on with him. And he's really just acting out. Something is wrong with him now. Like, that's what it was a point where I was thinking, like, something is wrong.
Off the break. Not off the break though. Not like, okay, so I noticed that you're doing all this shit and it's irritating to me. Something gotta be wrong. Cause why you just can't sit the fuck down?
Yeah.
Some parents are like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But parenting is a learning process.
And that's what I'm talking about. So but see, is that really you learning though?
You have to learn some type of way.
Is that you learning though? If you're not learning really what's wrong with the child,
do you want me to be honest? Because I got hit. I got hit a lot.
Mm-hmm.
When I was younger, I got hit a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it was rarely from my parents. That was rare. And so I got hit a lot, and what I learned was not to play with that specific person.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like a lesson.
Right.
It was just like, I can't do that with her.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't really learning like this is wrong because da-da-da-da-da-da. Like all my moral shit, I learned either on my own or from my parents. Or I learned just because I didn't personally like how it felt when someone did that to me. That's how I learned morals. I didn't really learn. I wasn't a learner through getting my ass beat. Like that shit didn't make me be like, okay, I need to learn better. And maybe with boys it's different.
Lines to cross and what lines.
But what lines to cross with this person, right? True. Because I would do this shit. Right, but you get what I'm saying? My mother ain't really beat the shit out of me. My mother ain't really put her hands on me. Maybe because of some childhood shit that happened with her.
Mm-hmm.
But my mother ain't really put her hands on me.
Mm-hmm.
So certain shit that I would do with my mother, I wouldn't do it with the person that was whipping my ass. Because she's gonna do too much.
And so at the same time, on the other end of it, if you knew that, because you knew that you couldn't do certain shit with that person, did you also not act accordingly with people that you knew would tell that person if you were acting a certain type of way?
No.
Sometimes. No, this is why.
If I knew that somebody was gonna tell my mother I was showing my ass, I wouldn't show my ass because I knew I was going to get an ass whooping. Whether I was with that like whether the person themselves was going to whip my ass. If I showed out with this person, I'm getting my ass beat.
Basically.
But
so I can't show up in certain settings.
But this is the thing. This is the even different thing from in my case. You like when you were younger, I don't think neither one of us were bad kids.
No.
And so when we would get in trouble for shit, it was because they were irritated.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't really.
It's like me and Richard had a conversation yesterday. Our parents just didn't have access to, nor did they know what to do with the kind of kids that we were.
Right, and I don't feel like we were like I've seen some kids that even when we were younger, it was like, damn, how the fuck do they get away with doing that? They just free. They can do whatever they want.
They bad. Them kids is bad, and I don't even be doing that. And I got whooped this morning for fucking forgetting to close the cereal box. Nah, real shit though. I'm dead serious.
I got in trouble one time for eating a muffin.
She told y'all I used to get punched in the temple for
eating in the temple.
No,
in the
and
church.
we ain't talking about Sunday. We ain't talking about Sunday service. We talking about Friday service at 7 o'clock. I'm 6, 7 years old getting pinched and punched because I'm falling asleep.
No, and by the time you got pinched, it was like a hard 9 o'clock. After a full day of school with no nap. And you were like, nah.
It's time for me to go to bed. It's time for me to
My bedtime was 9 o'clock. They did not. You know what I used to do? I used to wait to fall asleep. I wish the fuck y'all would hit me.
If the Moors is watching, don't crucify me. But Brother Loveville sure could put me in the snow.
He did.
That man used. I'm talking about.
And then you know what would happen? And then and then we all wake up. This is what I used to do.
That was just weird, though. You can't even blame the temple or all that.
No, we're not blaming the temple.
I'm not saying blaming the temple.
We're not blaming the temple. We're saying this is what happened in the situation.
In that environment, that's why I was getting pinched and punched.
And that's the wrong place to get. Like, what did you get hit for?
What was I getting?
Asleep on Friday night?
What was the discipline?
Pastors put me to sleep all the damn time.
Right on Sunday morning, bruh.
We went to church Fridays. What's the name?
What, Bible study? Oh yeah, y'all do go to Bible study.
We
hey, let me tell y'all.
I ain't got a thing. Did you get beat for that? For getting tired? But did you get tired? Did you get beat for getting tired and sitting through that?
I'm getting pinched till I bleed.
And this is my point.
I ran out.
That's a prime perfect example, right? You got hit for falling asleep in temple, right? It was supposed to teach you not to fall asleep in temple. So when you got older, so with the potential that once you get older,
when I got sleepy,
once you get older, you would be alert and awake and understand I can't fall asleep. You know what we did? We would go downstairs.
When I got sleepy, I said I had to go to the bathroom and go right in the bathroom.
And then you know what happened after that? We just didn't go and went to sleep at home. What did it teach you? Don't fall asleep next to my fucking grandmother.
That's for sure. I was about to say, don't fall asleep next to
Philly. Take a drink of energy drink before I sit next to her. Because obviously she's losing her mind. Because I don't want to nod off. I can't even nod off. Hold your neck up if you falling asleep. Learn how to sleep with your learn how to sleep like this.
I used to try to ease that little sleep and hold my face in my hand. Look this way. That shit ain't never worked, man. She used to be pinching me and shit, man.
It's like the crime always match the punishment. The crime does not always match the punishment.
Again, which is why I say if physical abuse, I feel is physical, not abuse. Physical discipline is situational because there's a line that you cross to where it becomes abuse.
Mm-hmm.
There's a fine line between discipline and abuse. A lot of y'all crossing that line.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna point them out.
Everybody's different at the same time.
It ain't no different. The difference between abuse and discipline don't change based on a person. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the line between abuse and discipline does not change for the person. Even though people are different, y'all need to understand that there's a line between discipline and abuse, and y'all need not to cross that shit.
I'm not saying that.
Regardless of the type of person you are.
Mm-hmm.
Every child is different.
Yeah.
So you need to take different approaches.
And I agree. Some of them do need more physical abuse. But physical. Also
it don't always have to be physical. Just different approaches.
Again, but
I was verbally abused by my fucking family.
I understand that. I'm with that. I believe that wholeheartedly.
Turn this light on.
But at the same time, not older. It's not a demographic on parents. This is all parents. A lot of times, parents get so overwhelmed with that they begin to abuse the child, and it is clouded by discipline. You forgot to pick your socks up, so I'm smacking the shit out you.
Yeah,
Give him some juice.
And I know that you bad, and I know that you always get in trouble in these settings, but this particular thing does not equate for you to get the same discipline that you got for this.
True shit.
If I'm gonna smack the shit out you for being disrespectful to a teacher, why would I smack the shit out you for forgetting to pick up your socks? Them ain't the same thing.
Okay.
True shit.
Them is two totally different things.
Like I said, I was raised different.
We were all raised to get out, like all of us. Honestly, we.
And
let me tell you,
y'all can see this motherfucking extension cord right here. Y'all can't. This cord, I got whooped with one, the gray one. I got whooped with the thick orange cord like that. I got to get my ass beat.
My
mother had perfect aim.
Right, and so that's
my grandma used to have one of those. You know those metal. They used to have metal combs and brushes, like the metal ones, and this one had like intricate details and embroidery on the back. My grandmother took the back of that brush and wore my ass out. Sorry, that was my son crying if y'all heard him.
He's angry.
Wore my ass out with that brush. My aunt beat my ass with some spikes on a belt with spikes on it.
I got my
like
ass
it was
beat
whelps on me
with the the good.
That's abuse. That's child abuse. I'm not gonna pick something up and want me to tell you this
wrapped
is
the
why.
belt around her hand and smacked me across the face with it.
And this is why
she tried to smack my arm away. I don't know if that make it justified or not, but they called CPS already. Don't worry about it. They ain't do nothing. They ain't do nothing.
And
that just taught her not to smack me in the face with a belt.
That's the punishment. Because this is the thing. This is the thing. I have been the parent, not to beat my kids with no wild shit, but I done took some shit and tossed it across the room trying to hit him with it. I did that shit all the time. Like a phone. I threw some shit at my son. Because I'm like, you're not fucking listening.
Frustration.
What is wrong with you?
And so that wasn't discipline. That was frustration.
And so it's like, yeah, I understand the throwing shit, but that shit, I'm like, damn, I just threw a phone at my son. Like he my nigga. And then the fact that I'm thinking like he my nigga and I threw it at my nigga. Why am I doing stuff? What's me?
Real quick, and I don't even want to jump into this in this particular episode. We're going to make sure that we make this a topic on another episode. But it's a lot of mothers out here who they do nurture their relationships with their sons as if they are niggas.
I have, but I don't anymore.
It's a big old issue with that. It's a big old. I ain't know. I'm specifically talking about their sons.
It's a little bit. It's like
a little bit different.
It's like
because the expectation and the roles for certain shit is much different.
Because in my head, you want me to tell you, me personally, having a son and having a nigga. In my head, at the time, I was thinking like, you just a nigga. Y'all is some niggas. Y'all is niggas, and I'm fucking y'all up. Fuck it. Because you're not listening. You're not listening.
More single parents?
Yeah.
I mean, in most households where that is exhibited, it is a single parent household. Okay. But it also can be a relationship household where a woman did not feel that attention from a man in her life growing up.
It's not always the negative. No, that's what I'm telling him. It's not always the negative response to the child. It could be like, which is another episode.
It's like
it's like when I first had my son, I was 18 and I had a boy, and I was just, oh, this my son, this my son, this my son, and I can't even catch myself doing it with him, doing it with Sebastian, because it's like, look, you got juice, look. I
don't want no damn juice. I'm my mommy.
He like, and she coming. That's so fucked up.
Who did you do?
Sorry, guys.
Hold on, guys.
Ah!
Come on.
It's okay. We got both the labs. We getting the baby out.
Move your arm. Move your hand.
Hey, nephew. But yeah, so I think mothers can tend to look at their sons like, I was looking at it more like, all right, so he my son. I don't have no other man to love. This is my attention. This is my love. On top of the fact that he's a boy. Welcome back. On top of the fact that he's a boy. So yeah, I was looking at it like, not necessarily in a romantic sense, but in just a sense, and also it's the type of niggas I was dealing with. I was dealing with niggas that I had to take care of. So obviously I'm gonna take care of my kids. I'm taking care of, you supposed to take care of a nigga. Like, that's how I was thinking.
I was raised by and I was put into positions where I was exposed to women who were in relationships with their sons.
Yeah, I don't think mine was that intense.
No, because your son's too young. I'm talking about like once they become adults.
Right.
They've nurtured, because they were nurtured with the relationship so long. When they became adults, it was so natural for that dynamic to be.
Yeah.
And y'all hindering them.
No.
Y'all hindering them. Y'all are hurting these men. Y'all are raising daughters to be independent, and y'all are raising men to be dependent, and then y'all telling us to be reliant, and then y'all wondering why y'all got the women who want to play men in the homes, who are not respectful, who are not giving respect, who do not give men the lead. Because you have moms who have nurtured the kind of relationship with her son that is not suitable for a man, but that is suitable for her man. But that's her child. You're not raising your man, sis. You're raising the next woman's man. You are raising a man in society. You are raising a man, not your man. And the type of toxic behavior that you will subject and allow yourself to, you should not form and mold and inject into your own child. Because again, you are raising somebody else's man, and you are now subjecting, forming, and putting someone else's child in a position. Come on back. In a position to be negatively affected by the fruits of your labor.
Kids ruin everything. Look at this shit. No, I'm joking. I love him. But seriously,
to be negatively subjected by the fruits of your labor, y'all have to be. And I'm not talking about older women. I'm talking about us young mothers too, who are raising these young boys. We have to be very conscious of that. We have to be very conscious that we're not raising the same type of men that we're talking about, that we despise, that we wouldn't be with. And also, and then on another note, we also have to be mindful not to raise the type of son of a man that we would tolerate certain behaviors from. You need to raise your son to be better than you at any man that you with. He should not be the equivalent ever.
I think that, yeah, I think that that's definitely a conversation we need to have. I feel like we definitely need to have, we're going to remember it because it is, but we're going to write it down. Because I think maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow. Like, in depth. Because that's definitely something that we need to touch on, just because that shit has a whole different effect.
And we're parents now. We're not just our generation. We aren't just the teenagers. We're not just dating. We're becoming parents now. Most of us are parents now. I just became a mom. So either whether I'm early or late in the game, I'm in the game now too. And we have to be. I have to be conscious of the fact that I'm raising my daughter to be a member of society first, but also somebody's mother and wife if that's what she chooses to be. And y'all have to be mindful that's what y'all raising y'all sons to be as well. Because if we make a society, if we try and fix shit, then we gotta fix shit. Well, thanks, Rich, for joining us.
No problem.
So I was trying to wait for Imani to watch.
To come, she watched, but then she said she had to come back. She was closing up the shop.
Yeah, and I just texted her. So I think we're just gonna answer her question like individually on one of the.
Maybe tomorrow. Maybe we can try to make sure that she can tune in tomorrow.
Her question was, do you think that your friend can be jealous of you and still be considered your friend?
And make sure those of you who are tuning in to ponder on that topic, let us know what you think about it. Send questions, save your comments, or send your comments into us.
And I was to say, ask more questions. We have a I put something up where you can ask questions. Just ask us questions.
And jumping out inboxes. I mean, not on the like trying to get to know us like shit. But if y'all try to talk some strawberry lemon shit, definitely jump in the DMs. Like we dedicated, so we open personal ones that have stuff to do with the show.
Right.
Don't get
frisky.
Okay.
Don't get frisky, guys.
Because I will block you.
I will block you.
And I'm gonna go on you. And I'm gonna expose you to my
And you're gonna be in the group chat.
And I'm gonna talk about you on the next episode of Strawberri Lemon.
Like this nigga.
So yeah, guys. Thanks for tuning in on this Saturday evening. We will see you tomorrow.
We will see you tomorrow. We will talk some more shit.
Back to our regularly scheduled Sundays.
Yeah. And also I think we should just like we're not gonna like make one just stick to one all the time.
I think he did something.
I think he's doing something.
Mm-hmm.
You pooping?
I heard it.
Look at his face.
It was like an explosion.
Look at his face. You embarrassed? You gotta go in the bathroom. Look, he
said, I need to. Y'all, he said.
I'm head out.
I'm ahead.
Alright, I'm head out. But thank you for watching. We're gonna post the other. I'm about to post the other one on YouTube. I know I've been bullshitting. It's my fault. I think he's sick. So I'm gonna go. Alright, I'm head out.
See y'all.
Bye.